So it looks like we're ready to get this one underway. Sorry about the delay again, guys. I'm trying to help players get their problems fixed with the new patch. It sounds like we're all set though, so I'm glad we got all that figured out and nobody has to play with suboptimal settings. Because yeah, that would be incredibly annoying. So we are just going to get started on the series now. Singularity versus SRG. They are competing for the top spot in Group B with, again, the RLCS teams at the bottom. It's a tournament dominated by RLRS and also SRG as well, I guess. I always forget to tell them what side they're supposed to be on. Yeah, this is a huge test for Sandrock Gaming. They have played against Godsmilla, Tho and Nolly a couple of times, I believe, but not too recently, and they had success in the matchup. If I'm not mistaken, the last 2 times that these rosters played against each other, it was SRG who emerged victorious. But since then, SNG have been a lot more impressive. They've had a lot more practice together, but they're off to a rough start. The speed of SRG is causing them problems already, and they're just not going to be able to get any boosts to clear the ball consistently. It's 1-0 SRG, and that is terrifying. Blistering speed from the get-go. A bump by Senzo onto Tho to leave the net wide open as well. These guys mean business. 1-0 to the Middle Eastern Kings. Yeah, if one of the mods could change the title to the current match, that would be fantastic. I'm not going to do that right now. But as you can see, SRG versus SNG is the match that we are going to be watching right now. SNG have had mixed results in RLCS so far this season, and this is them trying to capitalize on a perfect start to the group. They've already beaten the favorites of the group, Vitality. They've got Weedium Girls who are yet to play against them. The Weedium Girls are already out, so they'll be looking to get a win there against a team who are already demoralized. Before they can think about that, they have to handle the incredibly dangerous, the mechanical geniuses that are Sandrock Gaming, and their offensive pressure, their offensive passing has been outrageously good as well. They've had a couple of blips defensively, but nobody really reads the bounces in offense like these guys. This is an opportunity for Tho on the counter. He's passed one, but Khaled is back, and he'll bring the ball down. Absorb a 50-50 like it's nothing, and then get in position for another one as well. It's going to be so hard for SNG to outpace and keep up with SRG today. In fact, I think that's not the winning condition for them. I think they need to try and slow this game down. Try to just box SRG into their half for long periods of time, because when these guys have boost, they don't mess up. Oh my days. Ahmad beats one in the air, and with 45 boost, he gets over the top of the last defender. So unbelievably fast whenever they make a play in offense. 2-0, and SRG look unreal. Like, when these guys are on, they don't just look RLCS level, they look best team in the world level. Like, they look like they could compete with anybody. So I don't know what they have to do to prove to people that their peak ability is good enough to beat anybody on their day. But this is just another step in that direction, I believe. Khaled, patient third man position. He doesn't get the best clear ball though. It's down towards Smilla. But Tho, Nolly and Godsmilla have been completely caught off guard today. I mean, they already knew what this was going to be like. They've played against this team in the past. They know all about Ahmad, Senzo and Khaled. But for Ahmad, Senzo and Khaled to just come hot out the gate like this and crush them in the first few minutes with unreal speed and coordination, that must have been surprising. Khaled not able to make contact with the pre-jump. That's open. At least the near post was. Ahmad flew back down into a beautifully dangerous angle on the challenge for Senzo. Suddenly, it looks like vulnerable, or it looks like there are vulnerabilities, I should say, at the back. For SRG, there's another one. And when they're put in this position, they don't look like anywhere near as good of a team. They're not as experienced defending against top quality opposition. They're just so used to dominating, being in offense all the time. This is really the only half of the field they get a lot of practice in. That when they're backed up into a corner, they are more prone to misplay. They've escaped that little scare in defense, unscathed. And they've only got to hold on for another minute and 26 to take game 1. SNG still on the hunt. They're still trying to boost starve SRG as best as they can. That's an unreal hit by Ahmad. No lack of power on that clear. Senzo follow up. He's going to hit the bar. Nolly reads it well though. And now he's on the breakaway down the middle. Flicks it near post. 2 men there for SRG to get in the way of it. And Ahmad on the breakaway makes it 3-0. And SNG in the hunt for the first goal of the game. Have overextended. Tho just far too pushed up there as the last man back. And Ahmad continues his dominating performance in game number 1. You know, it's so interesting to see this. It's very promising and very, I think, good for SRG that they've got offense figured out like this early on, because it reminds me of a lot of very successful teams now. You know, when they first play against or with each other, they look great offensively, but defensively they're not so impressive. But then once they figure that out, they become dominating on the world stage. So they're off to a good start. They're in good company, but they need to be careful because SNG, they're actually the real threat in this group. They've already, like I said, beaten Vitality. Vitality weren't playing well that day. SRG still have to play Vitality. So even if SRG get a series win today against SNG, they're not guaranteed qualification. So they could go on and lose to Vitality, maybe in crushing fashion. And SNG would only have to beat Weedham Girls, who are struggling at the bottom of the group, in order to advance ahead of them. So this is far from easy for SRG. SNG, they're just trying to pick up as many games as possible here. They don't need a series win desperately, as much as they would like one. They're just trying to keep this close. That's the main objective. So far that hasn't gone too well. SRG are in the lead after 1 game. McCartney K13 and Hamster Kibbles, thank you both for the brand new Prime subs. Welcome to the stream, guys. Ahmad just needs a minute before getting into game 2, but what an unbelievable performance that was from Ahmad. You know, we've been talking a lot recently about Khaled and how he might be the player to watch on this team if you had to pick one, but when Ahmad is on, he is on so quick, and that, you know, that's some of the fastest I've seen from him in recent time. Okay, there he is. Yeah, Ahmad's going to get back in the game here momentarily, I'm sure. He just has to join the party match. There he is. Okay, let's get into game number 2. This is a must-win for SNG. If they lose this, then they're in danger of being swept, and that would not do too well for their win-loss differential, which could be important looking forward. Oh, just like the last game, though, it's SRG hot out the gate. Khaled up before the bounce, slams it off the back wall, and then Senzo comes in to easily beat his man to the rebound. 5 seconds, 1-0. The speed that these guys get up to read bounces, and not just to get in position to read the bounce, but to attack the ball. They're not waiting for the ball to come to them. They're going straight to it as quickly as possible. Khaled off the back wall again. Ahmad's on that one, and it's all SRG again. SNG barely hang on. They're going to try and hit them on the counter. It's somewhat open, and that's a goal for Tho. Huge goal for SNG. It was Senzo rotating back a bit too wide. Couldn't catch up to that one. That is massive for SNG. And that's maybe going to slow SRG down a bit, because they're going to have to be thinking about that counter attack whenever they move forward. Let's not slow Ahmad down on this play. He's going to wave dash bump his man in defense. Nolly knocking it on. Tho's there again. He beats Khaled to the ball. Ahmad with a whiff in defense. It's a bit of a mess right now for SRG, and Nolly punishes. 2-1 to Singularity. He just slapped Khaled out the play, and that is quick by Nolly at the near post. Put it in off Khaled and the crossbar. That's exactly what they need to do. They have to try and surprise SRG. They've shown that they do make mistakes in defense. They don't really put too many feet wrong in offense, other than maybe overcommitting every now and then. If SNG could just keep the ball in awkward positions, they don't need to win every race to the ball. They don't need to win the mechanical battle. They just have to try and make this as awkward as possible for SRG. Try and force those double commits, try and force those whiffs. And maybe they have a chance in this matchup. Thogus taken out of the game for now. Khaled gets the ball high and clear, but only past one. Godsmilla is there to follow. Everybody's getting demoed right now for SNG though. Must be frustrating. Pre-flip by Nolly. Still trying to be the man to keep SNG in front in this matchup. Fake challenge by Khaled. Those read it well though. That's really well played. To expect the fake challenge by Khaled, who was last man back and alone in defense. Hard read by Tho. He's got quite a lot of experience in ones himself. Senzo off the ceiling. Brought down by Nolly. He beats his first man. Second one takes him out of the game. It's another counter-attack opportunity for SNG. The shot not as fast as the first one they hit in the game. Here comes Ahmad with a flip reset. Flicks it on target. Tho knocks it clear. Thank goodness for SNG they had two men back there, because Ahmad's always going to get it past one. Senzo has space on the right. Khaled slams it into the back wall. Godsmilla staying with it. This is brilliant play by SNG. They're nullifying the pressure that SRG are trying to rely on. Khaled looking for Ahmad on the respawn. Now Ahmad off the back wall to Khaled again. Top corner for Khaled. That is just brilliant passing again. Khaled to Ahmad, back into Khaled again after a quick detour in the corner. And how about that for placement? 2-2. And it's not all about the pace and the brutality for SRG. Sometimes it's about the finesse as well. Senzo past two in the midfield. He's making himself known as well. And now it's Ahmad into Khaled again. Godsmilla reads the pass perfectly. And that could be huge. Every single time that SNG can prevent an SRG opportunity, they're almost guaranteed one on the counter, because SRG are committing hard. Godsmilla's awkward on the goal line though. Pops the ball to safety, and he follows it well. Still, anybody's game here. SRG look vulnerable defensively. It's only once they get the ball into the blue half of the field and they look unstoppable. A couple of whiffs from SNG there. They can't be making those mistakes against Sandrock Gaming. For once, they get away with it. Stowe looks to counter them once again. Good positioning by Nolly. He's ready for the clear ball on the far side of the field. Godsmilla comes in for his shot, but it's way off. Double commit from SRG though, and they're not looking too quick in the recovery. Ahmad is alone at the back and in the corner. Nobody in goal right now for SRG. Flip reset, center by Nolly, and he even steals Tho's goal as well. Nolly with a huge play to get the ball middle, and you know what? I call it a goal steal. It might have been more of a goal secure there by Nolly, because Tho's shot was fired pretty close to the only goalkeeper. And it's not just one team who are going to be popping off today. SNG here to play as well. Group B still wide open, all to play for. That is an uncontested aerial for Senzo. It's off the bar, and Tho on the breakaway gets it past the last man. Can he put the shot on target? No, he cannot. That very easily could have been 2 goals to the good for SNG. Sandrock Gaming still attacking with everything they've got. They've stolen the boost. Tho's completely starved. The whole team for Singularity are in the corner. This is wide open on the right hand side for SRG to play with. Senzo takes a touch. He's out of boost as well though. Looks like both teams running out in the last 30 seconds as SNG look to get the ball clear. It's into the middle to Senzo. Khaled trying to make a play onto Godsmilla, but the shot's off target. SRG are giving them everything they've got in the last few minutes here. Last few seconds, I should say. SNG have held on. They only have to do so for another 10 seconds in order to get the win. Big aerial win there by Godsmilla. And a clear for Tho is going to make this incredibly difficult for SRG. Tho can win the game here, and he will. Grounds the ball. And we have a series. If you thought it was going to be easy for SRG, then you're mistaken, because Singularity, they've, I think, improved significantly since the last 2 times these teams played. That was, really impressive to stay composed under all that pressure that SRG were throwing at them this game. And if you can hang in there long enough, the defensive misplays are going to happen for Sandrock Gaming. They just don't have consistent defending, at least nowhere near the level of their offense. Really puzzled right now by everybody hating on Senzo in the chat. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like, the SRG team are absolutely a 3-man unit. Like, if you guys think that Senzo is playing poorly, you need to go educate yourselves. You need to watch these games and understand what is happening, because without him, SRG would not be able to compete here. Looks like Ahmad is late to join this one as well. Maybe the players can keep joining and leaving teams to keep it up. Yes, they can. Well done by both teams. Wait a minute. Do we have... Wait, that is... Wait. Okay, I think they got it. I was spamming the buttons there to see if SNG had a player spawned at the back. For a second there, I think it was going to be a free kickoff for Sandrock Gaming. Sorry about that spam. I'm sure somebody's wondering what on earth I was doing there, but I wanted to check and see if Singularity had a player on the diagonal spawn. They did, just in time. So we're good to go here. Otherwise, that would have been a restart. Senzo trying to get involved early here. Lock middle for Khaled, who was met well by Singularity. Nolly's been tricky with his ground plays and even with his aerial plays as well this game. Though trying to wrap around this one. Gets it past Khaled and also over the top of the whole team. That was awkward for Ahmad. Ahmad's done well afterwards though. Gives Senzo an opportunity to find the top right corner. It's off the post for Senzo. Center ball too low. Though with some composure brings it down. And this is a real test now for SRG. Is that game 2 loss going to be a knock to their confidence? If the Weedham Girls series is anything to go by, then you can rest assured it isn't. This is a new day. This is a new matchup. Brilliant defense by Nolly. Awkward position, but he makes it look easy. And he knew that there would be a Sandrock Gaming player coming at him there. Free jump by Ahmad. Goes over the top of the ball. Nolly again. Deals with the high ball in defense. Not as well this time though. He runs it straight into a Sandrock Gaming player in the midfield. Another opportunity for Nolly. He's getting involved. Early read on the ceiling bounce, but of course Sandrock Gaming read it just as quickly. Do they ever not? Though to the back wall. Khaled had a really important touch there. The fact that it didn't hit the ceiling and bounce down quickly was huge for Sandrock Gaming. Little demo for Senzo. He lost Supersonic just before he made contact with Though. Hunts him down though. And now this is Khaled and Ahmad trying to make a connection in the midfield. Definitely a slower game for Sandrock Gaming. And Though, or rather Nolly continues to impress. These delayed dodges, these flip resets, these slow plays that he's making are totally messing with SRG. Game 1, SRG were able to play their pace start to finish. They kept the game moving as quickly as possible where they can dominate. But Nolly has been outstanding in trying to counter that by controlling the pace of the game in the opposite direction. He wants to catch SRG off guard with delayed touches on the ball, with slower plays and bursts of speed. SNG are just going from strength to strength here. We haven't seen much Sandrock offense. Ahmad looks awkward. Godsmill has an open net, 2-0. And it is SNG who are starting to dominate here. Ahmad had no boost in defense. He's under a huge amount of pressure. Nobody was able to bail him out. Godsmill doesn't miss from there. 2 minutes and 13 left. Sandrock Gaming need to change their game plan, or they need to step up again. So what happened to the scary offensive ability that we saw earlier on? Well, there's a good place shot. Senzo is denied by Godsmill in the goal line. You know, I'm impressed that Godsmill didn't pre-jump over that one, because the placement low can't have been expected. Khaled, match for pace by Godsmill, who's definitely no slouch with aerial speed himself. He showed that in the Vitality series. It's a bit of a double commit though from SNG. Perhaps an opportunity for Sandrock. It's stopped before it can get started by Godsmill. Boost steal from Godsmill as well. It's going to make life very difficult for Sandrock Gaming. Khaled and Ahmad are just barreling the ball down the middle of the field, trying to get something going, but there's nothing happening offensively for Sandrock Gaming. Khaled, high ball, intercepted easily by Tho, and he's going to continue on with it as well. The fact that Singularity are able to get multiple touches in the ball whenever it's their turn to hit it, really making a difference to how much success they're having this series. It's not just one touch and then followed up by a barrage from SRG. They're making SRG work for their possession now. Khaled muscles it through the last defender. Tho recovers well, and he keeps the clean sheet with 47 seconds left. Ahmad can't get over the ball. It's wide on the follow-up from Khaled as well. Late game opportunities for SRG, but it looks like their accuracy is taking a knock with all this patience and all this sponge-like absorption SNG have applied in the last game. Tho with a save on the goal line on Khaled's shot. It's only 20 seconds left, but still the clean sheet stands for SNG. They played brilliantly in this last game. They're the ones making solo plays now, and they're preventing, they're thwarting everything that SRG are trying to get going. That's 3-0, and it's another slow play by Nolly. He just waits for the challenge, gets a very favourable 50-50, and you know, for all his masterful defending that we see in ones, Khaled wasn't in the best position there. Maybe just giving up this game knowing that it's already over. But what a turnaround. SNG have figured this one out. They've found a counter, and it looks like that game 2 loss has really done some damage mentally to SRG. They, even after, you know, losing a couple goals in game number 2, they're still very much in the game. They were still getting their offense rolling. But both credit to Singularity and also questions being asked of SRG's consistency now, because they didn't really look the same there. They've really fallen off. They looked like the best team in the world in game 1. Game 3, where were they? They're just nowhere to be seen. Let's see if they can turn this one around like they did the Weedham Girls series. So they're doing a pretty good job keeping this lobby alive until Ahmad can join. Well, there he is. Ahmad's in. Right, let's see if we have a fair kickoff. Okay, we have Godsmill on the diagonal versus Khaled. 2 at the back for both teams. Yeah, we're good to go here. Let's get game number 4 started. SRG really need to get a win in this series if they want to have an easy qualification. Vitality await them. SNG, surely you'd think they would secure their own spot in playoffs if they can just win this, with Weedham Girls yet to play. And again, Weedham Girls in both their losses didn't look too bad at all. Not an easy group to predict in the slightest. Khaled, quick recovery there, he's right back into the action, but Godsmill is positioned very well as third man. Knew exactly where Khaled wanted to play the ball. Ahmad tries to assert his authority. Godsmill again in the perfect spot to intervene and to stop SRG before they can even get started. Throw to the back wall. Khaled's ready for him. Nolly down low. Senzo with a tough read. He's going to keep that nice and high. But Godsmill has got a chance for a reset here. Senzo manages to put a foot in before anything can go too far wrong for them. Look for Nolly again to control the pace of the game. He's been the man to do that. Looking for a double demo there, maybe, is Nolly. Ahmad out into the middle. Great pace by Nolly again. Getting up as quickly as Khaled. Ahmad keeping the ball in the middle. Senzo beaten by Nolly. He's still been the one controlling this match more than anybody else. Oh, what a bullet of a shot that was, though, by Ahmad. The infield pass was perfect from SRG. And now Khaled with the opening goal to follow up. Man, I'm definitely sad that we didn't see a goal before that, because the power on the shot, that infield pass and shot by SRG was just terrifying. And it was so close to being the opening goal. Luckily for them, they did get the opening goal not too long afterwards. Senzo gets a good 50-50 towards Ahmad. Looking to get the ball over Nolly here. He does well. Ahmad wants to keep it close to Khaled. Khaled will beat his man. get it past the second one as he switches sides towards Senzo again, who's managed to dribble the goalie. Looked like it was going to trickle wide, but not by much. Senzo almost doubling the lead there for SRG. A long time they had to wait for a goal. They're not used to waiting very long between their goals. Sandrock have shown in the past that they're very tough mentally. They're able to make big plays under pressure. Oh, that's awkward. Senzo's recovered well. The first shot did go past him and into the crossbar. Double commit from SRG. Senzo's going to stay with it and make sure to get the ball clear. Really important that Senzo make contact in both of those plays, because the rest of the team were not ready. Senzo sends it into the middle, and it's Ahmad on the goal line. He didn't react quick enough to Khaled's bump. He thought the goalie had it. Senzo's alive again and very active, keeping the ball in dangerous positions. SNG, though, are staying with this one. Khaled, not the cleanest landing. Still able to win the 50-50. Keep the ball alive in the SNG half. Ahmad with a double touch, intercepted by Tho on the back wall. SRG have got to be careful here. They've had a lot of pressure, but without getting a goal from it, you know, they're in danger of overextending. We've seen it from them before. That's really the only problem they have offensively. That's a great shot, and it was almost in for Noli. Again, the delayed dodge catches SRG out of position. SRG all in the corner. They need to get this ball clear. Ahmad will make sure to do so. It's into the middle towards Khaled. Heavy hit to the back wall. Tho had to use a lot of boost to get up there, but he gets a huge clear on it. Noli with a shot on target. Khaled barely saves it. 1 minute and 10 remaining, and it's SNG who are starting to get better here. Chance for Godsmiller to make something happen. Khaled gets in the way of him. Godsmiller, though, staying active. Senzo, no boost in the opposition's team's half. Needs to be careful not to take himself out of the game. It's a chance for Godsmiller, but he lets it go way wide. Accuracy not happening very well right now for SNG. Uncontested aerial for Senzo into the bar. Godsmiller brings it down. Early flick. He wasn't sure if there was a challenge coming in. He sort of landed on the ball as well. Can Noli keep this one alive? No, he has to say goodbye to that opportunity. And now here comes Senzo again, finding the bar. Follow-up is there, and Ahmad makes it 2-0. Senzo must have been thinking this game, how many times do I have to crossbar the ball before somebody goes for the rebound? Because usually there will be an SRG player up for every single rebound. But I think that game 3 from Singularity scared them a little bit. They were thinking, well, we better not be throwing ourselves forward too much, because they're defending a lot better here. Oh, that's disgusting. Senzo almost double touched it from an impossible angle there. They don't need another goal, but that would have been a good one nonetheless. And it's game 4 in the bag for SRG. They played a safe game here. They didn't throw themselves forward in bunches like they did in game 3 and get caught out of position. And they didn't panic, you know, although the goals were taking a while to come. They just kept the rotation going. And there was a brief moment towards the end of the game there where it looked like SNG might be about to equalize, but Senzo had some huge clear balls. He was really working hard to get the ball away from danger. Double touches in defense, dribbles down the line. That's what kept SRG in the game. Ahmad again, he's disconnected from every lobby. There he is. Okay, let's see if we have a diagonal spawn for both teams. We have a double diagonal for both teams. And a center spawn as well. Fair kickoff again. You always have to check whenever there's restarts like this or people leaving and joining the lobby. Khaled tests a crossbar early on. It is still there. An early scare for SNG. There have been so many of those actually. Game 1 and game 3 as well. Or game 2 rather. Started so quickly for SRG. Ahmad's out the game for a long time here. Khaled joins him. Senzo alone at the back. Makes sure not to get tackled early. Good safe positioning by Noli in the near post. Notice he wasn't in any danger of being demoed there. Hiding inside the near post, away from the incoming Senzo. Khaled gets it past one, but he's got to be careful when he's dribbling his first man not to run it straight into the second challenge. 50-50 really would be a better option there for Khaled. Great save again by Senzo. It was awkward for the rest of his team. in a massive series for these guys. I think SNG could be happy with what they've done today already. They've given themselves a great chance in tiebreakers to qualify should they beat Medium Girls in their last series of this group. SRG, meanwhile, they really need the win here if they're going to have a good chance to make it through, because they still have Vitality to play, and that's, I think, going to be a really awkward matchup for them. Noli. Clear after a scare in defense for SNG. Khaled so quick, as always, with the recovery. Senzo, delayed dodge to send the ball clear down the middle. Not a lot of thought of passing so far, but Khaled will try one now. That brings low boost Ahmad into the play. Where are the passes for SNG? They've been the team who have counter-attacked more often of the two. In a back and forth game like this, especially in a game where SRG are struggling for boost a lot of the time, they need to connect with their men who are already downfield. Look for Godsmilla to get involved here. He might look like he's out of the game, but he is very much not. He's just waiting for potential passes now. Nolly with a flip reset center. We saw one of these earlier on, leading to a goal. This one, not so successful. Ahmad, wall shot into air dribble, looking for the dunk. Can't find it, but Senzo's there. Crossbar denies him the opening goal. Both teams have had opportunities already. More dunks being attempted for Ahmad. That's a great wave dash to secure the boost. Senzo, again looking for his opening goal. Always following up his plays with a demo attempt. Godsmilla on the back wall, cleans up the danger. SRG are really on the hunt for a goal here. They need to be careful about that Singularity counter-attack. Right now they do have them exactly where they want them. Ahmad gets the ball past two. Khaled knocks it up into the middle. Senzo's uncontested, shoots it down low. And that's 1-0 to Sandrock Gaming. They played this one out so carefully. Never overextending. Never going too hard too soon. And as soon as they had the uncontested aerial, Senzo buries it. Caught Godsmilla pre-jumping, sent the ball underneath him, and now they are the ones in the driver's seat. Another great comeback by SRG. This could be an opportunity for Nolly. It's saved well by Ahmad. Now what do SNG do? They've struggled with comebacks in this series. They had one, of course, in game number 2. But now that SRG have made the adjustments to their play, it's going to be harder to come by. SRG are not throwing themselves in and falling for these delayed touches of Nolly like they were earlier. Tho has an opportunity. It's into the middle for Smilla. Ahmad with a key interception. A boost is definitely not too hot right now for SRG. An opportunity for Nolly. And he sends it flying on target as well. 1-1. What a great shot that is for Nolly. Air rolling through the ball for extra power, and Senzo got clapped into the goal by Tho at the exact time the ball was arriving. 1-1. And it's all to do for SRG once again. They need this more. Well, you can bet that SNG wants it every bit as much as they do. 1:20 remaining. Can Sandrock play a carefully constructed offense like they did earlier? Singularity are trying to bait them in again. They were, on the hunt offensively themselves just moments ago, knowing that they needed to force the issue against a team who are beating them. That's no longer the case. It's up to SRG to decide how this game is going to end. Ahmad sends it towards Tho on the goal line. Tho's drawn in too. It's Khaled alone at the back. He comes in. Double touch denied by Nolly. And there's the boost steal for Khaled. Keep the ball alive in the SNG end of the field. Godsmilla actually gets a great 50-50. That's almost gone in. Would have been unbelievably unfortunate if that had gone on target for SNG, but it just shows you what could happen at any minute. Singularity are the ones sitting back. They're always ready for these freak long shots and quick passing plays. Ahmad, double touch just off target. He won the last series they played with an outrageously impressive solo play. Almost does it again here. 10 seconds remaining. Singularity in offense. Nolly again attacking that diagonal wall bounce early. Couldn't get it this time. The ball will go grounded over time. Game 5. Once more. In such a close Group B. Fake kickoff by Singularity. That's huge. Though gets bumped out the air. Khaled alone at the back makes the clear happen. Ahmad gets in the way of Nolly. It's a double commit. And not the best clear by SRG. Huge save by Ahmad to keep them in it. They're under huge pressure now. Can Singularity capitalize? Ahmad allows them to break free of their half with a quick aerial win. And it's panic stations now actually for Nolly and Singularity. It's a dangerous shot. Ahmad does well again. This really has been his series at times, showing everybody exactly what he can do at both ends of the field. Another power clear for Ahmad, sent back into the orange half though. Senzo doesn't get much distance on his hit. Tho's allowed to come in. Khaled on the back wall, looking for Ahmad on the left hand side. It's intercepted into the middle. Nolly's there. Senzo just gets a block on him, but now Khaled is alone in defense. Godsmill is uncontested. Saved by Senzo. That might be the save of the match. What a stop by the third man for SRG. Ahmad knocks it clear again. Tho brings it down. He absorbs the challenge well. Senzo is right there with him. Tho did well. Nolly just stopped by Ahmad. Now Godsmilla gets the ball down the line. Khaled intercepted early. It's actually been Singularity doing to SRG what SRG usually do to all their opponents. But they've not been without scares of their own in defense. Ahmad looking to give them another one. Air dribbling the ball into the ceiling in his approach, but he got a bit too high for my liking. Uncontested shot for Khaled, and they've done it again. They beat We Dem Girls in overtime game 5. They beat Singularity in overtime game 5. Godsmilla was thinking about Senzo coming across looking for the bump there. He decided to hide in the near post, but he couldn't get back off the goal line to intercept the shot when it mattered most. SRG clutch it. What on earth is with this team? How do they do this against top teams in Europe? Time and time again, they show up, they perform, and that has given this group a really interesting set of standings now. We've got SRG top of the pile, but not by much. They've got both Vitality and Singularity right behind them, and of course Vitality, or rather Singularity, still have We Dem Girls to play. There's all to play for. If you are a fan of Sandrock Gaming, you'll be looking to We Dem Girls to do them a solid in their last match of the group. I mean, We Dem Girls are already out of Group B, unfortunately for them, but Sandrock Gaming are looking to We Dem Girls to take out Singularity for them. That would of course allow Sandrock Gaming to qualify. I mean, even if they just need We Dem Girls to win basically. Wow, what a match, what a game again by Sandrock Gaming, who continue to be so entertaining to watch. There's the standings in Group B on the right hand side of your screen. Sandrock Gaming top of the pile. They still have to play against Vitality though, so whoever wins between Vitality and Sandrock Gaming will be ahead in the standings. If Vitality beat Sandrock, they're going to leapfrog them because they swept We Dem Girls. Sandrock Gaming only beat We Dem Girls 3-2. Singularity, of course, they still have to play We Dem Girls as well. So if they beat We Dem Girls by any score at all, then they're likely to get into the top two spots. Only a 3-2 win for Vitality against Sandrock Gaming and a 3-2 win for Singularity against We Dem Girls would result in Singularity failing to qualify with a 2-1 overall series score. We're not going to have time for an interview today, guys. We're a bit behind in the schedule because of the technical difficulties that we had with the new Rocket League update.